Hey everybody, it's me again. I was just making a quick video on my lunch. I wanted to every day kind of try to come up with something to talk about that will save properties money. Last night I was thinking about it, and one of the ones that's really easy for me to talk about because it's kind of near and dear is about vendor relationships and how they can actually save you quite a bit of money in different ways. Um, it, if you treat vendors properly or like with respect and treat them like they're a customer or a potential resident, I mean, really think about this because it has a huge impact on your property, whether you might have thought of it before or not. um, these people go in and out of apartments all day long. Like they're going in and out of different communities, different companies, uh, and they see the differences. They can probably tell us who is doing what before we'll ever even see it on social media sometimes. And that's kind of the point that I'm getting at is there's two or three things you got to be thinking about while working with a vendor. First, when you're dealing with them, treat them with the utmost respect, and uh, you know you want to build a relationship with them, a professional relationship, because they have a lot of say in a way in your success. I mean, you can in this industry, you can potentially harm yourself in a way if you treat vendors poorly, through reputation, as they do sometimes go around, and word gets around through them sometimes that hey, I don't like working for that property, or hey, I don't like working for that management company. I mean, it doesn't look good or sound good when you hear that, especially if it's somebody that you know, or someone, or some company or some property and you hear that, you're like, oh, I thought they were always awesome. And then you hear from a vendor, it. You got to keep that in mind. They're part of this industry. They're very tied in. They're part of WUMFA. They're just really tied in. So we really want to keep that in mind when we're working with them. And the more that you build a relationship with certain vendors, especially like ones that you use all the time, like your carpet cleaning vendors, your cleaners, if you vend out a lot of paints, stuff like that will really make a huge impact on your properties and could potentially save you tons of money. Uh, I mean, things like asking for extra services, like for instance, pressure washing the decks on units that look really grungy. Sure, you can have your maintenance guy go up and set up a electric pressure washer in the unit. It takes like a half an hour. They have to be careful because water's potentially gonna flood the unit if anything goes wrong, when you could just have your vendor throw on a wand while he's already in there carpet cleaning, and he can do it in like 3 minutes. If you can, you utilize people or your vendors, um, and you give them quite a bit of business during the year, you're using the same ones. I feel like you have more negotiating capabilities with them, and they're more, they would be happy to help, especially if you're treating them professionally and kindly. Um, I think it's a misconception sometimes where people will think, they got to work for me. Like, I'm the boss. Like, I'm paying their bills, so they better do what I say. Uh, Please don't do that. The reason why that's so near and dear to me is because I was a vendor at one point in my life. I was a carpet cleaner, and I remember properties doing that to us. And I promise you, they did not get the same service that the people that treated us right did. Um, you know, from anywhere from sometimes pricing to also, like, if you really need them for something, uh, it could be the difference between, yeah, I can get back to you next week. I'll come bid your thing, or yeah, we'll be right out this afternoon. I'll drop everything for you. I mean, that's loyalty. So you have to earn that and build that. It's part of being like a leader in general. But I think that that goes for everybody in this industry. I want that to be like kind of key in this is like your maintenance techs all the way up to your community manager have a big impact on that. How you treat your vendors and the way that you treat them makes a big impact on your property's success. So I just wanted to touch on that and kind of make a quick video about that. Negotiating prices and stuff, it can really help if you utilize the same person. They might, because you give them so much business or because you schedule things in chunks, they might be able to give you $10 off, which over the course of a year of every clean is a lot of money.